Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU, the Firehawk Spawner, and I just wanted to say that I am making this videocast for the 7th time. All I wanted to say is thank you Microsoft for making me do it, because it was your fault. Now I'll give you the insight why was that. Well, I was trying to record this videocast, but I had a lot of lag. Each time I tried to do it, sometimes it was better, sometimes worse, but it always ended in me being frustrated, breaking the videocast, and I simply had to pause it and start over again all the time. And I got extremely mad, but I found a way why was this lag created. And you're not gonna believe it. It was caused by Microsoft Updater, a happy tool that is supposed to keep our amazing Windows system work well. Yeah, right, except that it fails big time. I mean, it was slowing down my computer by a billion times. When I managed to turn it off, I had no lag, absolutely no lag. I have never seen my computer so fluent before. Unfortunately, it turned on by itself. I unplugged my internet. I rated it as lowest importance level, but it doesn't matter. It turns on by itself. So now I installed all the upgrades. I unplugged my internet. I turned on the importance level to lowest. I turned off the program. What else? I disabled actualizations at all. My computer is not allowed to do anything with that. It's not even allowed to turn on that program, at least in theory. If it's not going to work this time, I think I'm going to kill myself, because there's nothing else I could do instead of buying a Mac back, but I didn't like Mac either, so I mean I had that bad position. Oh, good times those were when the DOS was active. Anyway, I don't want to bore you to death, but I thought that starting it over again will be better than starting for the half of the match where I ended, because there was too many pauses and stuff, and boring you at the start is better than that, I think. One more stuff I wanted to say. Yes, I do know that I have a lot of requests, but I have simply randomly picked this replay out of the replay forums, simply because it has been years since I made something non-requested. And I needed a break. I need something freestyle, if you know what I mean. So sorry for that. I will, and I remember about your requests, and I do anyway, and I am going to make it. So do not be afraid. I simply had to make a break, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Anyway, that's enough off topic. We've got two players over here, Dr. Flomur, if that's how I am supposed to spell that nickname, playing as Red Knot, because we know that from the plain pixels on the minimap. And did I say Blue Knot? He's Red Knot. Anyway, playing against Russian Butter as Zero GDI in the upper right side of the map. Map is small town USA that I hate to play on, but I love to commentate. And look at that, no lag! How is that possible? Oh, let me guess. Is it because there's no Microsoft Updater turned on? No, it's impossible. You know what I think? I think that this thing serves not to upgrade our computer, but it serves only to allow some office guy in Microsoft headquarters to download porn via our computers. That's a conspiracy, in my opinion. He downloads porn using our computers, and it has to end. Unfortunately, while people whine about Microsoft all the time, there is nothing better, and that's the problem. Same problem as with the democracy. Everybody hates it, nobody can change it, except that actually I'm not a fan of democracy and I'm voting for something different, but that's too long to talk in here. Anyway, I was following the build orders, and as you can see, both players are doing the same build order: power plant, barracks, refinery, and the war factory, allowing to capture those two Tiberium specs early on to give you an economy boost and to get some area income as well from the refinery. So that's a very standard build order on this map, the one most commonly used. And now we see an APC engineer going from Russian Butcher's base, but it has been spotted by the single raider buggy. And now, as you know, Dr. Flomur is aware of this problem, and he is not going to, you know, get what is the word? Surprised so easily. by this APC engineer, and I believe that he's already making a counter. Yeah, that's racist. I know that he's making a counter because that's so far what I have already seen those 7 times. And yes, he is making a counter in form of attack banks. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Attack banks, a perfect counter for the APC engineer rush. They have no health whatsoever, I would say, but they do a really nice amount of damage, and they are going to destroy this APC in no time. And they actually killed an engineer as well. So now, as you can see, the last thing that this APC managed to do before dying is to place some mines, but it was only a waste of time and money because attack banks can detect stealth, which makes those mines useless. Anyway, I can already tell you that actually not this time, because one of the attack banks accidentally is going to get on this mine and blow out. I only catch this one, so I'm going to say it right away. Spoiling a little bit, sorry for that, but I thought that this is pretty funny. Anyway, as you can see now, both players are going for mass economy. They're like spamming houses and refineries, and I believe that this is caused because they are both like Kane's Wrath. At least I know that the Russian battery loves and plays mostly Kane's Wrath, and because of that they believe in the economy that, you know, you have to, in Kane's Wrath you must have a huge, ginormous economy simply to be able to make a militia squad. Here they are making the same economy, and while they are very vulnerable to harassment because of the fact that they are both mirroring each other, this is not going to happen, and they are going to have some huge amount of income, allowing them to, you know, spam those units. And oh, there is an orca strike with the late sound effect, whatever, and it means, yeah, there we go. It seems like Russian Batcher has base code with his base into his expansion, and efforts are one of the cheapest way to do it. Meanwhile, as you can see, there are some heavy tank battles in the town, and there are some blackheads as well killed by the grenadiers. Grenadiers, amazing unit. I think that it is really underestimated because it is really powerful against infantry, amazing against structures, and of course it can clear garrisons. But what I want to say is that all it needs is a little bit micro. If you target it manually, then it can actually hit directly at the infantry that is standing in the area that you targeted, and it deals really very nice amount of damage, and that's something I really encourage people to do. However, it is a hard thing to do, and sometimes it's simply better to focus on your macro and microing your tanks instead of doing this with the grenadiers. That's one of the multiple reasons why Black Hands are better in general. So as you can see, the Furthermore is actually going for a first important push, and there we go, first all kind of battlefield. I love watching people getting those early this times, and there we go, it survived. This makes me happy. And as you can see, those Kaepernicks, it looks like they are going to press in and try to attack the opponent. They are supported, backed out by a huge amount of missile squads that are tearing apart those poor Predator tanks. They do not even stand a chance. A harvester foolishly being next to enemy tanks, getting destroyed as a punishment. But meanwhile, there's a nice amount of grenades shooting at each other, killing themselves. But anyway, they are also going to rip apart those those missile squads, and that's exactly what they did. And support in a form of Predator tanks, they are going to chase away the Scorpions, because Scorpions are way weaker than those. However, they are also much faster, so they are going to dodge them no problem.